to Nizzy Sports Chat. I am your host, Nizzy, and in this video, you guys are going to be going through our NFL game picks for Week 13 of the NFL season here. Been doing good, pretty good so far, you guys. Through the first 12 weeks of the season here, we went 7-8 last week. Unfortunately, a losing record. Had some weird turnouts in some of those games. I'm sure you guys would agree with me on that one. I can't believe Seattle just got dusted up by Washington on Monday Night Football there. The Steelers got absolutely destroyed by the fucking Bengals. I think it was 40-something to 7 or 10. It was just an absolute beatdown. One of their worst losses probably to the Bengals in Ben Roethlisberger's career. It's just been getting to that part of the season now where you can't really pick the winners. There's obviously some bad teams out there, but it's been just a weird year in general. I'm trying to guess the games, I tell you. Still have a decent record. We're plus 27 on the season so far with a 101-74 overall record. So not too shabby. Still 27 games above 500 here. Hopefully we can keep the ball rolling this week and get back above 500 in our overall for the week here. We'll go ahead and start off with the Thursday night game, you guys. But real quick before we go ahead and start breaking down these game picks, if you go ahead and like this video, if you like sporting content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Been getting a lot of support lately from you guys, man, and I greatly appreciate it. We're going to keep coming out with as much content as possible for you guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start breaking down these games in a Week 13 of the NFL season here, starting off with Thursday night football. Got the Cowboys versus the Saints. I went back and forth on this one, you guys. I'm telling you, I believe Taysom Hill is going to be starting in place of Simeon here. I think that was the plan from Sean Payton. He wanted to have Taysom Hill start Thursday night's game. There, obviously, the Cowboys are dealing with a bunch of protocols with a bunch of their coaching staff out. I believe McCarthy's a no-go for the game, and a bunch of the other coaches are a no-go. I do believe CeeDee Lamb's going to be back in action, though. This one's almost a coin toss because the Cowboys haven't been playing super good football as of late. Their defense has been, a little bit of Swiss cheese lately, allowing a lot of points. The offense hasn't been rolling at a high clip. Obviously, they've been dealing with some injuries and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's tough. I don't know. I got the Cowboys in this one. I have a feeling I might be eating my words after this one, you guys, but I'm going to go ahead anyways. I'm taking the Cowboys in this one over the Saints by a final score 27-24. We'll see what happens in that one. That one could go either way, but I'll take the Cowboys as of right now, you guys. Then we'll head over to the Sunday early games, starting off with the Cardinals versus the Bears. I believe Kyler Murray and D-Hop are going to be back in action this week. Cardinals are coming off a bye week. They're 9-2 on the season so far. The Bears are kind of reeling right now. Obviously, they got that win on the Thanksgiving game on Thursday there against the Lions with the game-winning field goal kick. Barely were able to beat the Lions team. That's been winless so far this season. I definitely don't have a lot of faith in the Bears getting it done against the Cardinals, especially if they got their star quarterback and Kyler Murray back in action here. We're going to have D-Hop back in action most likely for the Cardinals here. So I'm going to go a blowout for the Cardinals in this one, you guys, and select Cardinals 30-17 over the Bears. We got the Eagles versus the Jets. Now, this one should be a closer game than to be expected. I think the Eagles will be able to take this one still, but the Jets are coming off a win last week. I think the Eagles are going to be able to bounce back after the loss that they suffered last weekend, be able to get back on track here. They seem to kind of be on that pace of one good game, one bad game. So I think that trend's going to continue on here for this Eagles team, and I just think that the New York Jets aren't going to have enough juice in their tank to be able to handle this squad that's still fighting for their playoff lives here. Obviously, the Jets are nowhere near the playoffs, but the Eagles do have a chance at their division as well as maybe sneaking into wild card spot if they can go on a string of wins here. So I think they're just going to be a team playing with a little more desperation in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles by a final score of 24-21 over the New York Jets. We got the Colts versus the Texans, you guys. Obviously, an easy one right here. I'm taking the Colts, taking the Colts 33-14. I expect them to bounce back, get a big blowout win. Especially after that tough loss to Tampa. I thought they were going to take that game against Tampa last week. Unfortunately, fell short there in the fourth quarter to Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. I think they get a big bounce back, like I said, this week against the Texans. 33-14 Colts. I'm taking it. Chargers versus Bengals, you guys. Same thing here. Bengals coming off a huge win versus the Steelers. Absolutely destroyed them. Chargers coming off a tough loss last week, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Chargers in a bounce back here against the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to be coming in a little bit cocky after an absolute bludgeoning of this Pittsburgh Steelers team last weekend. And I think the Chargers are going to need a victory quite desperately here to keep their playoff hopes alive. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Chargers 27-24 over the Bengals, you guys. Then we got the Bucks versus the Falcons here. Falcons have been kind of reeling in the last few weeks. They haven't been playing very good ball. Allowing a lot of points, getting blown out a couple games. Obviously, that one most notably to the Patriots where they lost 25-0. And Tampa Bay is starting to get back on track here, getting some nice wins. Big time win over the Colts last weekend. I believe that was 38-31. Tom Brady was just dicing it up there on the offense. So I expect the Bucks to start getting rolling. This is kind of the home stretch of the season here, where you kind of start seeing who's really going to be in contention for that Super Bowl, and I think this is where the Bucks start getting on a roll, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Bucks 31-20 over Atlanta Falcons. We got the Giants versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins have been on a little bit of a roll lately with Tua. I'm happy for the guy, man, especially there's all these trade talks. They're going to trade him for Deshaun Watson earlier in the season. Never really gave the guy a good, legitimate opportunity to be the starter. I still think he's maybe just getting close to 16 games started now, because he never started all the games last season as his rookie season, obviously. So he's just getting close to one full season played in the NFL. And you can see he's starting to come around a little bit. Obviously, with this 4-game winning streak for the Dolphins, Tua's looking a lot better. Inside the pocket there, making the right reads and the right throws, making some good decisions for his football team. So I'm hoping they stick with Tua in the future here. I think he's got a lot of potential to be a solid quarterback in this league. I think they're going to be able to continue their winning ways and keep that winning streak going, especially since they got the home field advantage over the Giants, who have been just in shambles so far this season. I mean, another lost season for the New York Giants, you guys. And I think they're going to suffer another loss this Sunday coming up against the Dolphins. Final score 24-17 for the Dolphins. Then the final game from the Sunday early matchups, you guys, we've got the Vikings versus the Lions. Now this one's a little bit crazy here. I mean, maybe I'm going out on a fucking limb a little bit, especially after last week when I thought the Lions might be able to win. But I'm taking the Lions in this game against the Vikings, you guys. Vikings had a tough upset loss to the San Francisco 49ers last week. Dalvin Cook's down for the count with a torn labrum for a couple of weeks here. He's not going to be the same the rest of the season, because that shoulder's not going to be getting repaired until the offseason, so he's going to be dealing with the same injury that Baker Mayfield has to his shoulder for the rest of the year. I think that might have been the final nail in the coffin for the Vikings, and I just have a feeling they're going to be in for a rude awakening this Sunday versus the Lions. I got a feeling the Lions are getting their first win of the season, you guys, especially it's a divisional game. Vikings might be coming in there a little confident, thinking, it's a winless team. We can win this one just on cruise control. I think the Lions are going to punch them in their mouth here, you guys. So I'm going 24-14 Lions. I think they're going to step up and get their first win of the season against the Vikings. And that leaves us some Sunday afternoon matchups, you guys, starting off with the Jaguars versus the Rams. Obviously, the Rams are going to bounce back in this one. I mean, if the Rams lose this game, man, holy, this season's damn near lost for these guys. Jaguars are in shambles. They've had a couple nice wins so far this year, but nothing major. No one expected them to be a high-quality team this year. Obviously, the Rams are playing at home as well, so I'm taking the Rams in this one, hands down, you guys, 35-14 the final. And we got Washington versus the Vegas Raiders here. I mean, Washington surprised me the last couple weeks. I've been betting against them, and they've been kicking me in my ass for doing so. I think they're going to be able to do the same thing here this week against the Raiders, who were kind of hit and miss. Obviously, they had that big win against the Cowboys there. But I think they're going to come back down to earth a little bit. Even though they did win against the Cowboys, it wasn't like they blew out the Cowboys. I mean, it was a tight-nosed game. Had to go into overtime to win it. And the way that Washington team's playing right now, I mean, Taylor Heineke's getting things going nicely. That defense has stepped up a lot in the absence of Chase Young going down with a season-ending ACL injury. So I like where Washington football teams, I think they got a chance to win this division if Dallas doesn't get their shit together. So I'm going to go ahead and take Washington in this one, you guys, 28-24 over the Raiders. We got the Ravens versus the Steelers, a little divisional matchup here. As badly as I want to pick the Steelers in this one for the upset after they just got trounced last week by the Bengals, I think they're going to be coming in hungry to put some points on the board and look a lot better than they did last week versus the Bengals there. But unfortunately, the Ravens had, even though they won last week, they had a shitty performance as well. Lamar Jackson had 4 INTs in that game, so I'm expecting him to bounce back as well this weekend, and that's the reason I'm taking the Ravens in this game, you guys, because I just think Lamar's going to have a better bounce back game than Ben Roethlisberger is. Seeing as where they're both at in their careers right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Ravens by a final score of 30-24 over the Steelers in that one. And then our final Sunday afternoon game, you guys, we've got the 49ers versus the Seahawks, another divisional matchup. I mean, I had the Seahawks winning by a blowout against the Washington football team on Monday Night Football, and fuck was I wrong on that one, you guys. I mean, the Seahawks look like an absolute trash fire right now. Russell Wilson does not look like himself at all. I mean, it's just been a rough go for this squad this season. I think they're still sitting at 3 wins on the season. I mean, it's been a tough one for Seahawks fans out there. I mean, we'll have to see what happens in the offseason. Obviously, there was the talks of Russell Wilson wanting out of the Seahawks organization and whatnot. So we'll have to see if that comes to fruition this offseason, if they continue their losing ways here. But there's no damn way I could pick the Seahawks the way they've been playing lately, especially against the 49ers team who's really stepped it up and improved their quality of play so far in the last few weeks, getting a few nice wins there against some high-quality teams. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 49ers 33-17 in a blowout over the Seahawks in that one, you guys. Then we got our Sunday night matchup, another divisional rival game here. We got the Broncos and the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs have started to turn the corner here a little bit. That defense is starting to play a lot better. The offense is coming around a little bit here. I was never too worried about the Chiefs. I knew they were going to make the playoffs at the end of the day. It was just a matter of if they're going to win their division, what seeding spot they were going to get, if they're going to win first overall in the AFC. The way things are going in the AFC right now, there's definite chance that the Chiefs end up getting first overall seeding in the AFC. I mean, it's pretty much up for grabs right now. Nobody's really taken full control over that conference. I just don't think the Broncos are going to have enough juice to be able to take on this Chiefs team that's hungry, and they're going to want to keep that winning streak going, keep hold of first place in the division. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Chiefs 28-21 over the Broncos in that game, you guys. And then we got the Monday night game. We got another divisional matchup here, you guys. Patriots versus Bills. I'm super stoked for this game. I think this is going to be one of the games of the week right here. Can't wait to see what Mac Jones and that Patriots team can do against the Bills defense. Can't wait to see what Josh Allen can muster against that stout defense of the Patriots. I think this is going to be a real tight-knit, close game. I think the Bills are going to be struggling a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I think there's going to be a lot of field goals kicked for the Patriots, a couple of tutties for the Bills, but at the end of the day, man, the way the Patriots are rolling on both sides of the ball right now, I ain't betting against them. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Patriots over the Bills on Monday Night Football. Final score 26-21 for the Patriots, you guys, and that rounds out NFL Week 13 game picks. Hopefully we get above 500 this week. We'll have to see what happens. We'll love your guys' opinion in the comment section down below. Who are you guys picking heading into Week 13 of the NFL season? Once again, you guys, appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and every video on my channel. Please go ahead and like this video if you like sporting content like this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Thank you guys for watching, man. And this is Nicky with Nicky Sporting.